Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on Spencer Dinwiddie's third signature sneaker with 361 degrees, the DVD 3. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you did want to buy a pair of these, I will leave a link for you down in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which is very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the DVD 3 features this multi-directional traction pattern, I guess. I don't really know what to call this. It is, to me, just like a bunch of random shapes for the most part. But how does this traction perform? For the most part, like, it's pretty good. If you're playing on your clean courts, you're gonna have no issues whatsoever. You're gonna have a very, very nice hard stop. Yeah, I mean, clean court performance is great. When it comes to dust though, this is where the traction obviously suffers a little bit. If you're playing on like moderately dusty courts, your average dusty courts, you should be good. It does pick up some dust, so you will have to wipe every so often. But if you are playing on super heavily dusty courts, you will have an issue just because, you know, it does pick up dust, so you're gonna have to wipe extremely often. So moving on to the cushion, the DVD3 features two different types of foams. From the midfoot to the back, you're gonna have Energy X, and if you don't, you will probably be sliding to a stop a lot. I never completely slipped out or anything, but definitely when the courts are dustier, you will notice that you aren't having as great of a bite and that you're kind of sliding to stops. Not all the time. Sometimes you'll still have like a decent stop, but sometimes you'll just slide to a stop. So yeah, just if you are playing on your dustier courts, just try to wipe as much as you can. But yeah, I mean, clean court performance is great. So moving on to the cushion, the DVD3 features two different types of foams. From the midfoot to the back, you're gonna have Energy X, and in the midfoot to the forefoot, you do have Quick CQ Tech. So for me, I definitely like the cushion setup in here. I personally would have rather had this be full CQT or Quick CQ Tech versus like half Energy X, half CQT, just because the Energy X, I don't know if it's just because of the actual foam like makeup itself, or if it's because this back part is like super freaking caged. Like, you hear that? This is all hard plastic. So the cushion in the heel doesn't really have any room to compress, and therefore the cushion in the heel is kind of firm. But in the forefoot, it feels really bouncy, and it's very nice. So I mean, I'm really torn when it comes to the cushion setup, just because, you know, the heel cushion isn't that great, but the forefoot feels so damn nice. Because of the differences in like the hardnesses between the heel and the forefoot, you almost feel like you're being sprung forward a little bit, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the heel cushioning in here is definitely disappointing, but the forefoot feels amazing. So yeah, I mean, if I had to choose if I actually like the cushion or not, I would still say yes, because the forefoot is just really freaking nice. But yeah, it is, you know, it is disappointing that they just cage the heel so much that you can't really feel that Energy X. But yeah, the CQT in here kind of does make up for it, but it would have been nice if this wasn't caged all the way, or, you know, if they just used full CQT. But yeah, I mean, if you like bouncy shoes in the forefoot, not in the heel, but in the forefoot, you're gonna be like great. Like, you're gonna love this shoe. Court feel responsiveness, still pretty decent. Definitely not the best, but not the worst. So yeah, I mean, overall, the back half, not so great, but the front half is very nice. So moving on to the materials, the DVD3 features a bunch of different materials. Up in the forefoot, you do have like this almost like plastic kind of feeling material. When you move towards the midfoot, you do have like the screen mesh with some textile underneath. And then as you move towards the back, you do actually have like this piece of probably synthetic suede, nubuck, whatever it is, and some other textile material. From a quality standpoint, I don't think the materials feel the best, but in terms of the performance, I do think it gets the job done just fine. Moving to the tongue, you do have like this open mesh tongue, and I would say it's like adequately padded. So if you do like to crank down the laces on your shoes, You won't feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is nice. Another great thing about the materials that I like is this actual like inner lining right here. It just feels really, really soft, and it feels kind of premium, and I think it has to do with like the way it looks too. It just feels really, really nice. So yeah, I mean, overall, you know, materials on the shoe, not the best, but in terms of the performance, it does get the job done just fine. So moving on to the fit, I went true to size. I'm a slightly wide footer, and I would say that this shoe is definitely a little bit narrow. If you have normal feet or narrow feet, I think going true to size is your best bet. As a slightly wide footer, I think going true to size is still probably your best bet. You might feel just a little bit of pressure around in the forefoot area, but I personally didn't have like too many issues with that. If you have really wide feet, maybe go up a half size. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I thought the overall fit was good. You do have maybe just like a little bit of dead space on the toe box area, but you do also have a half booty upper, which gives you a nice one-to-one fit, or as close of a one-to-one fit everywhere else. So yeah, I mean, coupled with the heel padding in here, you know, overall, I thought the fit was good. Just watch out if you do have really wide feet, you might want to go up a half size. So moving on to the support, I personally didn't have any issues in the DVD 3. Like I already mentioned before, you do have this heel counter, this external heel counter, super hard plastic. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the heel, I didn't have any issues, no heel slippage, no side to side movement. In that heel area, no shifting. Heel lockdown was perfectly fine. When it comes to side movement on the footbed, I thought the materials do a great job of making sure your foot is nice and planted on here. I didn't have any issues there. And then when it comes to hard lateral movements, you're gonna be covered there as well. This is a pretty wide flat base, and although you don't have an outrigger, I didn't really have any issues. You do also have like this little plastic piece right here, which I guess like kind of hardens that area so the foam doesn't over compress. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna be covered when it comes to hard lateral movements. And then obviously when it comes to torsional rigidity and stability, you're gonna be covered there as well. You do have this like plate right here. It's called the quick drive system. And yeah, I mean, overall support in here was good, you know. I didn't have any issues, and I wouldn't say this has like anything too crazy or special, but support was completely fine. So the DVD 3 retails for $129, and for $129, I still think this is a pretty solid shoe. Obviously, you know, traction performance on dust could have been a lot better, but it's also not the worst. You just got to make sure you do your wiping, and you should be okay unless you're playing obviously like on very, very dusty courts. And then my only other gripe is the fact that they just caged the heel way too much. Like, this is just straight up hard plastic, and that kind of sucks. So yeah, I mean, heel cushion isn't great. Obviously, you know, you don't get that much impact protection. I mean, you get great court feel in the heel, I guess. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, the only other thing that I can really complain about. But I mean, the cushion in here, at least from the midfoot to the forefoot, feels freaking amazing. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely something that I would play in. It really just depends on like what type of court I'm playing on for the day. But yeah, I mean, the DVD 3 is nice. I just wish that you could feel the cushion a little bit more in the heel. If you wanted to buy a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. And also please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, it really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.